As it is widely known that investing in fixed deposit not only allows you to get higher returns along with tax benefits but also enable you to make sure that your capital is secure until maturity. But here the matter of fact is that if the deposit holder dies before the deposit matures, loved ones must be aware of the terms and conditions for withdrawing the principal amount as well as any accrued interest. The procedure for filing a claim differs depending on the type of FD account and the type of depositor. In this video, we're going to talk about the most common types of FD accounts provided by banks as well as the steps to claim the deposit account in the event of death of a family member. Hey guys, this is Simran from ClearTax, and before we begin this video, do not forget to press the bell icon and like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. So let's begin. In case a depositor have an FD account individually or in a single name with a nomination, then the designated nominee can only seek the FD amount upon the depositor's death by providing the depositor's death certificate and proof of identity. If there is no nomination, the depositor's family members must file a succession certificate as well as the depositor's death certificate to claim the funds. The bank will request a legitimate heir certificate if there is succession certificate, and the money will be divided equally among all legitimate heirs. If the depositor have a joint account, the claim process will be determined by the category of joint account, which includes either or survivor, anyone or survivors, former or survivor, latter or survivor, jointly, and jointly or survivor. This account can only be operated by two individuals, the primary account holder and the secondary account holder. On the death of any of the account holders, the total balance and interest, if any, will be paid to the survivor. The account can be continued by the survivor, and if the account has a nomination, the funds will go to the survivor. And if both account holders die, then the nominee will be allowed to claim the amount. The maturity proceeds will be divided among the legitimate heirs of both depositors in case both the account holders die and there is no nominee. This is close to the before mentioned joint account. In this case, though, the account can be operated by more than two individual people. All in the family members can manage this kind of joint account. In case of death of one or more account holders, and if there are more than two individuals named on the FD, the bank will reimburse the total balance and interest to the survivors. The nominee will receive the funds until all depositors die. If no nomination is made, the fund will be transferred to the legitimate heirs of the late depositor and the surviving deposit holders upon the death of one or more depositors. The proceeds will be distributed to the legitimate heirs of all depositors upon their death. Only the primary account holder can access and manage this form of joint account until his or her demise. Only after the primary account holder has expired, the second account holder can run the account and withdraw funds. The second account holder will be required to file the first account holder's death certificate to claim the funds. The eligible nominee will be allowed to withdraw funds on the death of both holders. The money will be allocated to the legitimate heirs of all depositors if there is no designated nominee and all depositors die. This works in the same way as the former or survivor account. The distinguishing factor is that only the second account holder can manage the account until he or she dies. Only after the death of the secondary account holder, the primary account holder can manage the account and withdraw funds accordingly. When all depositors die, the principal amount plus any interest will be paid to the nominee. If there is no nominee and all account holders die, the money will go to the legitimate heirs of the holders. All transactions in this type of account must be approved and confirmed by all account holders. The account will become inactive if any of the account holders die, and the maturity proceeds will be paid to the survivor. This is identical to the previously discussed option, jointly. The main distinction is that the account can be operated by the survivor. Conversely, the account's proceeds will be provided to him or her. The repayment of claims and disbursement payments to survivors or nominees is approved by the banks for payment within a span of not more than 15 days after the date on which the claim has been received, subject to a proof of the death of the depositor and appropriate acknowledgement of the claims. Well, this was it for today's video. Let us know what you think about the video and comment below if you have any doubts. We will try to reply to it as soon as we can. Stay tuned to our channel for more informative videos like these. Till Till then, goodbye and take care.